streaming this. This is just a little side stream, but better shout this out. At a little bit better speed. Come on. Trying to get this stream health nice and healthy because, you know, don't want it to be laggy for you guys. So I'm trying to figure out the best OBS settings for that. See, low video output, that's telling me that it's a little bit laggy, which is what I'm looking to eliminate. Hopefully this is a proper stream setting so we can keep good stream health here. I'm gonna go over to my channel. Cool. And if I go to as somebody else will view it, so I just need to go to as somebody else will view it. And by the way, this isn't the video for the day. I'm just live streaming so that you guys can see what's happening right now because it's pretty crazy. Okay, cool. Awesome. So everything seems to be working fine. This isn't the video for the day. It looks like the stream health is live streaming so that you guys can see. I'm going to go over to Twitter and tweet live stream. Awesome. Alright, now I went to my live dashboard just so that way I don't have to use as much lag. This is telling me that the stream health is excellent, so you guys go ahead and let me know if the quality isn't good in one way or another so I can go ahead and fix that. Now, yeah, so it's crazy what's happening right now. It really is. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Basically what I'm seeing right now is a huge increase in money being flooded into the market capitalization of these cryptocurrencies. See, our market cap right now went up like $1 billion overnight, which is pretty significant. That's a pretty significant increase in value. Now, a lot of that was probably going into Bitcoin, considering the fact that it has almost 200 million, just 50 million shy, 24-hour volume. So that's pretty crazy. Now, of course, a lot of that is going to be flooded into important altcoins, like Golem had a lot of volume yesterday. Dash went up to almost $25. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of volume coming into these. These all equally have about just shy of $4 million went into all of these up here. And we had an $11 million increase in Ethereum 24-hour volume. That's very, very significant stuff that, it's good to pay attention to, good to be watching, is where is that money going in. Now, let's see. I did want to kind of point out that I bought 71 Ethereum Classic last night. And this, in the past 6 hours, it actually looked like it bottomed out nicely here. So I've been day trading this. When I like to day trade, I generally keep my Poloniex chart 6 hour, 5 minute, and this gives me a pretty good idea. It looks like it made a bottom formation with these wicks down right now. So I'm watching the Ethereum Classic markets to see if they take over the ETH markets right now, because the volume, that would be crazy if that happened right now. If Ethereum Classic took over ETH's value and volume, we would see an interesting move in the market. So I'm paying attention to that, because ETC is down quite a bit and Ethereum is up significantly more in price. Now, this is something that I've been looking at in Bitcoin. Let me go ahead and draw these areas that have, let's see, where's the line tool? There's these areas in Bitcoin right now that we're hitting resistance along multiple different indicators. So right now, I'm using the Ichimoku. I think is Ichimoku is how it's pronounced. Let me go ahead and see if that's right. Yeah, Ichimoku cloud. This is an indicator. You can watch my video I made yesterday on indicators if you like. Go ahead and ask me any questions in the stream if you need. And like I said, I want to know the quality of the stream, so if there's anything that you would suggest for me to do to change or increase the quality, let me know. Or if it's not good, I mean, then I can figure it out, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm seeing, basically what I'm seeing is increase, we're seeing a very huge increase in volume, but I'm also seeing this topping out right here happen in multiple areas, and I'm seeing the distance between this line and this line is much further than it has been since last time it went up like this, when they all kind of topped out along right here. All these lines just rode that area. Now it almost looks like we could go to that same zone again. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but that's only if one thing doesn't happen. There's one thing determining the price of Bitcoin right now, and that's the ETF. So basically Bitcoin, there's ETFs, and that's just like a futures contract. So they're not trading actual Bitcoin for Bitcoin like most exchanges. They're just trading the contract, the futures contract of Bitcoin. And what that means is when you see a huge increase in people trading on futures contracts, and all of these areas where you can trade Bitcoin and you're not actually exchanging a Bitcoin for another Bitcoin, it's going to increase the value of it, because people will be able to put more in without having to worry about, hey, I just bought up because of the amount of traders there are. I just bought up Bitcoin, because you could, if you have enough Bitcoin, you can pump up the price of Bitcoin on your own just by trying to buy it from other people. I mean, enough money. So if you have enough US dollars, you can pump up the price of Bitcoin on your own. It happens, I'm sure. I just don't know about it. So if you go to contracts, and then to, maybe it's the H17. No, this is a contract that is a little different. Let me see here. Contracts. Okay, coin Bitcoin ETF. Now Bitcoin series coin guide. So this is just a little thing that explains it. So this is bitmex.com. this is what's driving the price of Bitcoin right now. Let me see if I can clear some of these indicators, because there's way too many indicators on right now. Remove all indicators. Okay, there we go. Now the price has recently, and this happened today. It's probably because the price is going up today, and it's came up quite significantly. But what happened is the price, and this is a speculative market as to whether the ETF will be approved of Bitcoin. Now, basically, if the ETF is approved on Bitcoin, this means we're going to see a run up in Bitcoin's value. But if it isn't approved, then Bitcoin is by far, like, excuse me, Bitcoin is for sure topping out right now. In my opinion, this resistance zone is too powerful right here for it not to come test some support after hitting it. Now, the only way that that wouldn't happen, what I'm saying, is if this ETF gets approved. So now, the fact that the price of this ETF speculation went up means people think that it has a chance of getting approved. So that right there means that more and more people are starting to think that that ETF is going to get approved in the market. But it's still not, if it was $50, it would be a 50-50. If it was $100, 100% of people would probably be supporting the ETF of Bitcoin, thinking that it would be approved. But right now, as it would have it, it's less than 50%. So that's usually, what you'd expect is less than 50% of the market for sure deciding on one thing. It's hard to get consensus on things as it is. So yeah, I'm kind of seeing this trending happening in Bitcoin that, well, not trending. I'm kind of seeing this resistance happening in Bitcoin that is telling me we could have a possible top out right here, but we could also hit a new all-time high today. We're really close. We only have $7 to go up before we're at a new all-time high in the Bitstamp chart of Bitcoin. So that's exciting news. And hey, welcome other people. If you have any questions or any comments, you can go ahead and put them here in the live chat, and I'll try and check on them as best as I can. Let me see. I'm getting some texts here. But what I'm thinking is going to happen is that my personal opinion is the ETF won't be approved, and we'll have standard. Everybody will be like, oh, it's because the ETF wasn't approved. That's why we topped out here in Bitcoin and came down and found support again. Now, the reason I say that is because I'm a technical trader. I try to trade on what I see on a technical level, and this resistance zone is extremely influential as to the price of Bitcoin. Anyways, so I've been watching this resistance zone pretty carefully. Now, the reason I say that it could be topping out today, it might go a little bit above it just because that's the way that it works. Sometimes the market will go a little bit past the resistance zone. But the reason I'm saying we might be topping out today is because every time that it's hit this price in the past, we've seen a decrease in value. And just because it came up to that area again doesn't mean that we won't have history repeat itself. That what I would be waiting for, if I was trading this, what I would be waiting for is it to break into a new, well, I am trading this, but right now I just have buy positions with my US dollar along right here. until I see a move in Bitcoin. Around $1,000 is where most of my buys are. Now, what I would be looking for is a move breaking above this zone up into the $1,200 range and above, like pretty significantly above. So like 1260. If it hit 1260, then that would be telling me that Bitcoin has officially broke its resistance. Now, if Bitcoin does break its resistance, then, you know, it's probably because the ETF gets approved. So we're just waiting on this one determining factor. So you can go ahead and go to bitmex.com and you can watch this ETF, see where it's going. This will help with, you know, the direction of where Bitcoin's price is going to go. This is a pretty big determining factor is what I'm trying to say right now. Thoughts on XMR? XMR is doing really, really well right now. Let me go ahead and show you. Speaking of which, when I was talking about Dash and XMR, and when I made my video on top 10 altcoins for this month to invest in, I mentioned Dash. So I totally called that, you know, just saying for my viewers, that's a good, you know, a good thing if you listen to me and you made profit off of my Dash call. It came up to almost $25 this month. We've seen, even just in the past week, we've seen this nice increase in value. I'm seeing a lot of really important formations happening right now in these altcoins, which would be another thing that could drive Bitcoin's price down. So we're basically just, there's a couple important factors happening right now in Bitcoin and these altcoins. Now, this right here is what's called a rounded bottom formation. Now, sometimes this will come with a little handle where afterwards the price comes down a little bit. So in XMR, I would expect maybe a little dip handle right here down, but not very much, only like 75 cents at the max. And then you usually see a trend going up after that. The reason I say XMR will probably continue trending up is, first of all, this is a pretty big buy signal right here. That usually means it's coming to test support again one more time before it's way up. But the reason I say the XMR is such a good looking investment, I just want you to look at it against the US dollar, because when everybody trades it against Bitcoin, they forget that when Bitcoin runs up a whole bunch in value, obviously the chart looks a little bit different. But when you look and you see how many people are forgetting about the US dollar, it reminds you how much cryptocurrency adoption is actually happening, because it's not just about a battle between two currencies, it's more about how many people are forgetting about the dollar because of how terrible the dollar is. So let's go to 1 day. Let's stretch this chart. Now look at that. Does that not look just like the most perfect trending like ever? Let's like look at this. That trending is very, 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 very controlled. It basically looks very, 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 very bullish right now. So I'm thinking the XMR will continue rising, though we could see a small, like for day traders at least, a small downtrend. But I'm not entirely sure on that one. That's just because I see a cup and handle formation in the bottom there, which has kind of been happening in a few of these things. So might be something to be keeping your eye on, is that a lot of these alts kind of look like they've been hitting bottoms today. So when a lot of altcoins start bottoming out, that usually drives the price of Bitcoin down due to their increase in value, at least a little bit. But we have had $1 billion come into the market capitalization overnight, which is insane. 200 million in volume. So yeah, this is basically my little live analysis of the day. Right now I'm holding ETC, waiting to sell once I'm at a pretty nice profit. Once I'm at a 10% profit, probably I'm gonna sell. So that's what I'm doing as far as my day hold right now. I'm holding my ETC. Now, if I was day trading, I'd probably be in the Bella market or the GNT market, because I feel like those will, or the Dash, one of those three have enough volatility and price movement today that you could be trading them, day trading them. You know, Steam actually you might be able to day trade. Let me look at this chart. So go to 6-hour candlestick, 5-minute. Let's see here. Come on, Steam. I can help you with that, but I like that's kind of a little bit more of a complicated thing. I just can't type that out, so I'm gonna have to have you just get back to me, Jacuzzi Beats. If you could email me, that would be best. Though whatever works best for you works best for me. Just say. Now this is kind of an interesting pattern here inside of Steam. It's come down, but look at this. These little lines inside of the market. See how they're hopping up above each other a little bit right here? This kind of looks like it could indicate that we are going into another area in which the market is going to become bullish. So if I was a day trader, I would probably be trying to score a couple of these Steam tokens around this area, because I know that I can sell in one of these resistance zones, whether it be this one or this one. I can grab it down here and then expect the standard swing in the market to at least come up to one of those zones. Now, yeah, no problem. I appreciate the message. All right, yeah, I'm just waiting to see here if this breaks through. So, like I said, some things I'm paying attention to is when we have a crossover where this green crosses over on, see on the bottom here, how this green went down, hit the bottom, and crossed over this red. That's when Bitcoin, that was right here, signaling that Bitcoin was going to break this resistance zone. And so the fact that I seen that happen again right here, which actually caused the run up that we've seen so far, makes me think that because the green is up here and because the red is down here, this is how you trade an Aaron 25, by the way. Because the green is up here and the red is right here, if the green comes down and crosses over and the red comes up like this to make an X shape, let me just draw in red so that it's a little bit more accurate as to what would it actually look like. If it looks like this down here, if these two cross over each other in that way, the last time they crossed over each other in that way was when the red came up right here and then the green came down through here, and that's what, you know, kind of drove the market down originally. So I'm thinking we could have some testing happening in Bitcoin, but I want to see what happens with this ETF, and I want to see what happens with these indicators, these technical indicators that I'm seeing, because every single technical indicator is telling me a down move. But, you know, if this does get approved, then the interest inside of Bitcoin and the amount of money that would be going inside of the market would naturally drive it up past and out of this resistance zone, then causing a different story inside of the Bitcoin market. So, only time will tell. It's obviously all speculative, but that's what I'm seeing right now inside of Bitcoin. I appreciate the watchers to this stream. I'm going to be working on my video for you guys now for the day, so I'm going to have to catch you later. But this stream will be online for viewers later. If you missed it, I will make sure to put under the events so that it gives you guys plenty of time to know next time when I'm going to do a stream, so that we can all be watching it. So yeah, no, I appreciate you guys' time today, and be watching for my video later. Cool.